I think today for me is a great day because we're telling the story from different angles, from what the school represents. We're known as lion and lionesses in the school, but also being intentional in telling the story, even to the fabric. Like I'm wearing this sago that has the heads of the lion. Everything is intentional because you're telling the story and making it inclusive. The fact that we work for the nation, but we represent a culture. The fact that we schooled in a school, but we're ambassadors of the school. It all is put together with intentionality to tell the story. I woke up to the sounds of 5-year-old and I was like, and then people don't understand. When I went to the window trying to catch a glimpse of where's the lady, because I think it was nostalgic. It was great. Even as I climbed the stairs, it was great memories. And I want to strongly say that everything led me here. Everything led me here. You sent out the lions and the lioness. They were cops when you sent them out. They hunted and they attacked.
I was expecting a very that were big, but it looked like an instrument.
I came to University of Nigeria to study industrial chemistry in my first year, but I always wanted to study engineering. So I'd gone to the board, the JAM board in the good old days, and I saw that, hey, I could have got back to my engineering. I just didn't have enough confidence then. So it took me 1 year, persistent, and I changed to electronics engineering. So I graduated as an electronic engineer. But my memories here are really fond. Think about the time I stayed in halls like Mary Slessor, Bello Hall. I stayed in Opera Hall. Those fond memories. I was probably known as a triangular student, what we call a triangular student. What I hope to achieve in terms of giving this lecture, and I'll tell that with a story. When the dean approached me, and the first time he told me, we would love you to do the Herbert Macaulay lecture this year. First of all, I thought it was an honor and a privilege because these things were done by presidents and past governors, very notable people. And I was quite reluctant, how I was busy. Then he told me they had never had a woman do it since inception. And I think he got my attention. What do I hope to achieve? I think it's what I've always achieved my entire career and my entire journey, is to break doors, shatter barriers, and just change perceptions. And it's to bring the notion that technology should be owned by all, known by all. It's an inclusive sector, and it has the impact and the power to touch many other sectors.
I also want to clarify what I mean by digital transformation. And for me, digital transformation is just that process of using digital technologies. Call it robotics, AI, machine learning, IoT, biotechnology, blockchain technology, all this technology to radically transform existing traditional and non-digital businesses. Because most times people think engineering is just for engineers, or technology, we leave it to the technology people. But I'm sure most people in this room will say differently, because now we're all using computers.
Starting from the team of the program, it really spoke to me about the engineering solutions to economic development, to our economic problems in everyday life. In Nigeria, our economy is one of the biggest challenges we face presently, and I believe that sustainable solutions preferred by engineering to our economic problems can really impact us towards policy development as leaders of tomorrow. This is a very impactful program towards especially us as secondary school students, because this teaches us future career prospects in engineering, and it also gives us an opportunity to see people that have excelled in this particular field and they serve as mentors and inspirations to us as students.
She actually helped me to know that the use of technology actually diversifies our community. It transforms the existing traditions into greater ones. She spoke mainly about technology, how it helps our environment, our community itself, how it impacts in Nigeria, how you can do things today without even getting into much stress. We thank them very well for giving us this opportunity to be in this program, to attend this lecture, thereby furthering and widening our broad knowledge on engineering and also helping those who have chosen their career prospects as engineering.
So, how does it feel being the first woman or the first female to give this lecture and the 20th at the matter? The fact that they've done this every 4 years since inception. And you do the math, if this is the 20th and we've never had a woman do it. I think for me, this is almost like a love letter to my daughter, Sarah, that's 12. She's 13 this year, actually. Because this is a letter that tells her that your gender should not stop you from doing whatever you want to do. And your gender should actually create an avenue for you to carry people along and have people feel included in every room you find yourself. So I found my room with engineers and technical people, my career in a space where most people feel like it's male dominated. But today, I think in very subtle ways and also very vivid ways, because we take no chances, we're actually telling that story that gender should be no problem. So I really feel honored. When I reflect about it, I truly feel honored, but more than honored, I feel the weight of keeping this door permanently open. So we shouldn't, in another 10 years, be discussing this. Did we have a woman or didn't we have more women? The gender should not be an issue when we do things like this.